right, so welcome back, guys. We're here with our third JMS interview with captain of the Eagles, Ali Manek.
Yes, sir.
Yep.
East side, west side, doesn't matter where you're from. If you're with the Eagles, baby, the best team in the JMS. That's what I'm talking about.
So do I call you 1A, 1B? What do I call you here?
You call me one. Just
Just
number one. That's where I draft.
Yep.
That's where I get drafted. Holla at your boy.
Okay, all right. Well, this year you were doing the drafting.
Yes.
You weren't being the one drafted, so things changed a little bit. But let's take it back. Obviously, it's the 5th anniversary of JMS League. You were one of the biggest supporters of the league. You're a big vocal advocate of the league. If you look at our social media, you'll see him everywhere. And as one of the, I guess you would say, founders, or one of the people that helped build the league, what has this league meant to you?
You know, it's funny because what a lot of people don't know is that I was actually ousted as the co-commissioner of the league after our first year.
Again, you tell us this all the time, so everyone knows it.
Well, good. I'm glad that people know that because that's an important fact when McDad took over the league and kicked me out for reasons that nobody knows. And nobody's really been able to.
We all know the reason. It's okay.
Well, I refuse to accept that reason. But no, in all honesty, this league means so much to me. It's so much fun, and I'll share a story. I think that one of the best parts about the league is that when I moved back from overseas after 5 years away, I remember we would have these conversations with my parents and with my wife at home about going to mosque and how I don't know anybody and I don't have a group of friends, and we've been away for 5 years and it was so hard to integrate. What this league has done for me as an individual is that when I go to mosque now, when we go and we go to events and we see so many people from the community, from the league. We get together, we chat outside, we talk about ball. Alhamdulillah, it's been such a blessing to see this community grow as baseball players, and it extends further than just our people, right? Other people are hearing about us, they're reading our reports and things like that. It's grown in such a tremendous way. I love it. I love the effort that all the players put in. I love the effort that the commissioner puts in and the admin team put in to making this all a reality for us. It is such a phenomenal group of people, and they deserve a ton of credit for the work that they do. I do know why I'm no longer part of that team. It's because they do so much more than what I could ever do. Huge advocate of the league, and I hope that it continues to grow as much as possible. So,
I mean, we only do these things.
Everyone who's watching, every bit of contribution that you are making towards the league by going to practices, by participating, by talking about it, by sharing the articles, and all of that is benefiting the entire community. So keep doing it, guys. This is a big movement and a big moment for us. Keep doing it.
I mean, we only get to where we are with support like yours, so we appreciate that as well. Let's move on to your assistant captain. You used the pick on, some people say the best player in the league,
Second best, yeah.
So you were very...
Because I wasn't in the draft, that's what they were calling him.
Fair enough. So you were very public in your stance that Asad was actually pulling the strings. Looking back at the draft, how do you feel about the draft? And I mean, did he build the team? Did you build the team? What happened there?
It's no secret. He has played a pretty a strong role in developing the team, starting from. I told him when I drafted him, I said, you're going to play third base. And he said, no, you're going to play outfield. I know that he wants to play with his brother. Yeah. Some of the stuff that he's done to me to make me more like his brother, like forcing me to play left field. This haircut that he told me, go get a haircut and don't ask any questions. You're just going to go sit down and they're going to cut your hair. And then I have a haircut exactly like his brother's. There is a tremendous amount of effort to mold me into Zayn. So I told him, I said, you know what, you want to play with your brother, if that's really what you want to do, then I'm just going to trade you to the Falcons. And he said, okay. So he called my bluff. Yeah. And now I'm trying to reconcile. I'm trying to create an environment.
Falcons, get your phones ready.
Where we can coexist. And I think that the only way that's going to happen is if I stay in the outfield and let him run the team. But in all seriousness, playing with us is going to be a lot of fun. It's probably the only chance that we're ever going to get to do it. Yeah. So I'm probably not going to trade him despite his request, and I'm going to force him to play with us.
Seeing as you've not won a championship yet, is this sort of your KD to Golden State move, pulling him?
Yeah, in a way, I guess. The championship is definitely something that we've both. We both haven't won yet. So,
yeah, of course.
So
he got the closest last year.
Well, I think that he's continuously gotten closer than I have, and that's because I get drafted so high and usually that's to the worst team. So I blame my teammates for not being in any championships so far. Sorry, but it's true.
And right on the bus there, right?
When you're best player in the league.
What can you do, right?
Yeah, there's only so much one guy can do.
Yeah. So let's move forward. Let's move forward to the draft.
Sure.
There's a new rule about protected players. We've sort of gotten rid of that rule. So for people who don't know, anyone who's intentionally walked will actually move directly to second base. So instead of protecting one player, it applies to the entire team. Did this factor into how you drafted? Because you have a couple of big bats.
Yeah, no, absolutely not. And this is a message to all the captains and all the teams out there. We, with the Eagles, are creating a culture of swinging our bats. Don't be afraid of us. Don't be walking us, right? I'll never forget the day that I hit 4 home runs in a game and a triple, and I came up to the plate and the Bucks walked me, right? And of course, I was going after my 5th home run, and nobody hits 5 home runs in a game, but they said that after the 3rd home run, nobody hits 4 home runs in a game, and I did. But the point is don't be afraid of us. Pitch to us. Don't be scared. We're creating a culture of swinging our bats.
Okay.
Nobody's walking. Nobody is walking unless you're scared. And if you're scared, then you shouldn't show up that day. If you're playing the Eagles and you're going to be walking us, don't come. Because we want to swing the bats. Every single player on our team is being instructed to swing the bats. We will not walk.
First pitch, swing the bat?
Not first pitch, best pitch.
Okay.
Throw good pitches. But the point is that, and I hope that we create that culture for the whole league. This is an offensive game. It is recreational men's softball. We don't want to be walking. Nobody should be walking. Let's swing the bats. Let's have some fun.
Okay, so let's move on to pitching, as we just said.
Sure.
You drafted Riaz Chamsi. Last year, he gave up 10 home runs. And then you also drafted Abbas Alidina, who used to play pitcher. Is there a bit of a battle that's going to be coming in the offseason, or are you stuck with Riaz being your pitcher?
Riaz gave up 10 home runs last year. Huh?
Yeah.
That's news to me.
4 of them in the same game.
I'm actually thinking about, that's I didn't know that. This is interesting. That kind of worries me, actually. I'm kind of second-guessing that decision now. The thing is with softball and managing a semi-professional softball franchise like the Eagles, it's very similar to running a multi-million-dollar corporation, right? So like the guys at Sony, who are pretty similar, managing 14 personalities. I think there's about 14 people that work at Sony. So it's like being a CEO. And the way that I drafted was, I looked at everyone's potential, right? Even you. Like I'm looking at you and I'm saying, look, you've got potential to be a good interviewer. You're not reaching that potential yet, but you will eventually if you keep at it. And the point is that I look at Riaz and I see a guy who wants to bounce back after a terrible season. I didn't know he had such a bad season and played on the worst team in the league. But it's potential. He wants to be good, but he's got to prove himself. Nobody's getting nothing for free. And I'll tell you something about Abbas Alidina. He called me before the draft and he said, Ali, I am tired of living in the shadows of my brother Hussein.
Okay,
I'm
interesting.
tired of living in the shadows.
It's a story we've never heard.
I want out of the shadow of my brother. His brother, as we know, was pitcher of the year last year. And he wants out of that. So he's motivated. He's motivated to be the best pitcher in the league and to reclaim his throne as the best pitcher in the league, which he has had in the past.
Interesting.
But in order to do that, he's got to leapfrog his brother. I said, listen, I'll draft both of you guys. And he said, no, don't draft my brother, because I want to get out of the shadows. That's what he said to me. So he's motivated. I know that Riaz is motivated. They're both going to get the opportunity because they both have potential just like you. You got potential.
Thank you. Appreciate
Look
that.
Look deep inside. You're
All right.
get there.
So we're going to move on to the lightning round. Now think about this as your entire tenure at JMS. There's going to be superlatives. First person that pops into your mind.
I'm going to stop you right there.
Okay.
What's superlative?
What is a superlative?
Thank you.
Okay. All right. A superlative is sort of like a title given to a person, like the best something or the most something. So, okay. So
this will be easy.
Yeah. So the first one I'm going to ask you is, who's the toughest pitcher you faced?
The toughest pitcher that I've ever faced. That's a great question. I would have to say there is no pitcher that I'm afraid of, because I think I've hit home runs off of everyone. The toughest pitcher would probably have to be McDad. Oh, God, it kills me.
You hate saying it, don't you?
I hate it. It hurts. And the only reason is because when McDad is pitching, I really want to just crush the ball.
Yeah.
Because
it gets in your head a little bit.
similar to Abbas Aladina living in the shadow. I feel like in many of the drafts that we've had in the past, I've been forced by league-wide rules to live in the shadow of the first overall pick, which was mandated to McDad as part of the agreement that he would be a commissioner, as we all know. So yeah, I've been living in that shadow of always going second. So when he's pitching against me, I really want to rip the ball out of the ballpark.
Yeah, and it sort of messes your game up, right?
Yeah, and I feel like I may not have ever done that so far. So he's unfortunately, God, it hurts so much to say that. Can we edit that out?
No chance.
Asmat is the scariest pitcher I've ever faced, ever in the history of the JMS. I don't think I've ever faced him, in fact, but. He's the one I'm most scared of because he's very, mashallah.
We're going to move on.
Scary.
Don't worry. Yeah. Give me the best teammate.
Best teammate.
Yeah.
Best teammate. That one definitely is Imtiaz Kara.
Okay.
And I think, and the reason is because, he is so old and experienced that he has so much knowledge in the game that it's allowed me to learn a lot from him. He's one of my favorite teammates. If I could play with him every year, I would.
You feel that McDad knew this and stole him from you?
I think that McDad took a joke too far.
Okay.
I think that he was trying to get me to take Imtiaz Kara earlier, and because he kept saying, "I'm going to draft Imtiaz," and I didn't.
You called the bluff.
I called bluff.
Yeah.
Right? I didn't think that those two can't coexist on the team.
Yeah.
I know it. We're all waiting to see that implosion. And so I didn't take Imtiaz Kara, and I was very surprised. And I think that McDad sort of took him to prove a point that, hey, I wasn't just messing around with what I was saying. I'm really going to take him, and now I've got him on my team. I think everyone's waiting to see what happens there. But yeah, no, I think Imtiaz Kara is one of the best teammates that anyone can have. He has so much to offer this game, and so much knowledge to impart on younger players. I really enjoy playing with him.
Last one. Best showman, and you can't say yourself.
Best showman, can't say myself.
You can't say yourself.
Well, then that's not a fair question.
Okay.
How do you answer that? Best showman.
Yeah.
Riaz Shamsi. Riaz Shamsi is the best showman in this league, and I'll tell you why. That guy's got. You know what? Asad Nasser. Asad Nasser is the best. Sorry, Riaz. You're close.
Yeah.
But if there's one guy that I hate losing to, it's Asad Nasser. If there's one guy that I love hitting against, it's Asad Nasser when I get a good hit. But my God, if I don't get a good hit, it makes me feel this big.
He did beat you in the playoffs last year.
I don't remember those things. But the point is that there is nobody that I hate to lose to more. Well, okay, McDad's up there as well, but not because of the showmanship. There is nobody I hate to lose to more than Asad. And in fact, a big part of my draft strategy was to make sure that I drafted that kid, and just so that I could bench him. So that he could not play this year. That was the goal. Unfortunately, I didn't get him, but I'm still trying to trade for him so I can put him on my bench. But yeah, there is nobody that I hate to lose to more than Asad Nasser.
Well, I mean, we're going to wrap this up. Thank you, Zain. Ali, thank you guys for watching.
You see, this is what I'm talking about. Not reaching your potential. You are not reaching your potential when you make mistakes like that. That is not cool, man. That is not cool, man. All right.